Hello guys, welcome back to part 4 of the OPH Classics live unscripted walkthrough of Wonder Boy in Monster World. This is part 4, The Lost Child of Lilypad Village. Again, nothing has changed since the last time. We're going to start off right inside of the inn where we last saved our game. We just cleared everything out of April Castle. And we're going to go ahead and journey to the new village, Lilypad, as well as save the lost dwarf child of that village. Now, in order to get to the dwarf village, you just head back down to the bottom here, where the secret door is located, as well as where the exit to this little jungle area. I'm not sure what they call this place. I always just called it the Dark Jungle when I was a kid. But once we arrive here, again, you can fight off all the spiders you want. We have all the gold we need from them, so it's not necessary to fight them all. But as I said, if you journey a little farther, we are going to fight these little ghost guys. And the ghosts are fairly annoying, and they're the only creatures right now in the game that are going to take 2 hits for us to hit in this area, or 2 hits to kill. So if you do encounter them, make sure that you don't just swing at them once and try and walk through, as they will damage you. But when you see one of these little ghost guys, just go ahead and swing at them and hit them again before they can move into you. Kind of just come down and go in a little circular path. So if you avoid their little path, you should be alright. Just don't go too close. As soon as you see them spawn into the screen, you can kind of just stop. If you want to collect the gold while you're heading across, you can just jump and kind of time your jumps to pick it up. This is tar, and it is the first liquid in the game. Any type of liquid that will damage you if you fall in it. It does a very minuscule amount of damage, but over time of being inside of it, it can build up and deal a lot of damage to you. As you can see, the ghost, on the other hand, does deal a lot of damage, so be careful not to take his attacks directly to you, as he will probably kill you. Easy to get your first death in the game in this area. So just, keep your eye on the ghosts and make sure you don't, stray too far from just killing them as soon as they come in. Again, you don't want to fall into the tar area, so it's not always best to even really worry about going for the coins, as going for the coins may cause you to miss your jumps. So instead, just make sure you do navigate this area well, especially if you fall in here. You'll be trapped in there for a while, taking a considerable amount of damage before you can actually find a platform or these vines here to get you up out of the tar. Now, we are going to fight one more ghost in this area here, one of the easier ghosts to hit you. If you stay down below this platform, you should do pretty well not to get hit by him. But once we've completed that, we have entered the dwarf village. Now, this is Lilypad, or the dwarf village. I suggest once you get here, the first thing that you do is talk to this little girl right here, as her younger brother, Hota, has been taken by the monsters. She has no idea what she is going to do. Unfortunately, I don't know what she's going to do either, other than sit there for the rest of the game, but I know what I'm going to do: save me a little dwarf child. There's also the village elder here, who will say one of the children of my village has been kidnapped and that he doesn't want to see anyone, so do him a favor and just go the fuck away. Doesn't even ask you to help, just tells you to go away. But as you are Cheyenne and the legendary hero, you're not going to do that. No. You're going to actually help the child, like a good man would. So we're going to go ahead and rest up here, get your health points back, as like I said, that is one of the harder points up till this point in the game to navigate without taking damage. Probably wise to get your health full. Now, there are quite a few items that we're going to be picking up here in this part of the walkthrough that are going to help us not only rescue the dwarf child, but help us fight the future boss that's coming. Now, we do have the shield magic located inside of here, also the marine boots there, and we have 2 new pieces of armor. We have, I believe, the shell shield, my apologies, as well as the armor that is here, which has hard armor, something like that, steel armor, yeah, steel armor. So we'll go ahead and save up the money needed to purchase those, and it's going to be a decent amount of money. I suggest saving up about 1,600 gold, and trying to purchase those items. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of gold, But when you come out here and you fight these crazy, like, jungle village guys that spawn in this area, they will actually drop the largest coins that you've seen up until this point in the game, the same ones that the original boss that you killed dropped, and you're able to gain a fair amount of gold fairly quickly. They can drop anywhere between, like, I think it's like 10 gold and like 25, 30 gold. So you can get a good amount of gold pretty quick from here. There's 22 and a 25 there. And again, you know, you just kind of go back and forth, killing out all of these guys. Also, one of the most important things is to jump and block everything that they do throw at you, because they will throw a shitload of it at you. A lot of the shit that they throw at you is like the tomahawks and just stupid shit. But if you have your shield up and you're not swinging, you are able to block pretty much anything that they will throw at you. So just make sure if they throw something at you, you're not swinging, and when it hits you, as long as it doesn't hit you in the head, you will block it. Also, you don't want to jump up in the air and land on the tomahawks. That will also make you take damage. So just kind of make sure that you keep them like halfway through. It's just the easiest way. And again, like I said, you do have to collect quite a bit of gold here. It's 800 for the steel armor itself, as well as like another 300 for the shield. If not, I think like 500. There's actual shield magic as well, and I know the shield magic does cost 500, and the marine boots cost 500 as well. Or 300 as well. So you're going to have to save up quite a bit altogether. I'm going to run, because if I get hit again, I will die. Perfect for a walkthrough, right? Those guys do deal, like I said, a lot of damage. One of the reasons why we're going to be picking up that steel armor and the shield before we go and rescue the dwarf child. Because you do have to fight a lot of those things on the way, and once you have those two pieces of armor, you really do take significantly less damage from them. So we'll head on back one more time, battle off these guys. Should probably be about three more trips in and out of here, fighting all of the first two that spawn. It'll spawn 2 of them, a total of 3 times each, for a total of 6 little guys that you can kill for the coins. And these 2 are just not only the closest to the village, but also because of their spacing, they're fairly easy to take out without really getting hit at all. You just kind of want to start at one side and then move back if you're going to do this without getting hit. Just hit them both twice, and then once you collect the coins, just move back behind the tree again. They'll respawn, and you can rinse and repeat. That's the easiest way to do it without getting hit. As you can see, I did just take damage from it, but definitely easier to do it that way than the original way you saw me doing it, which was just standing in the middle and fighting them. It is a lot faster to do it that way, but you are way more likely to get hit. Now I gotta be careful here because I can only get hit one time. If I get hit twice, I will die. So definitely be very careful to block all the tomahawks that are thrown. And if I get hit, I'm just gonna leave. I'm not even going to continue fighting or pick up the coin. It's just really not worth it. If I do take any more damage, it'll be fatal damage. Just not worth losing the coins that I've already collected when it only takes 20 gold to come back here and rest at this inn. Now you can also tell the innkeeper, that you won't be saving your game and that you will continue. It'll pretty much do everything exactly the same, but it will be a little quicker. I just saved just in case, as well as I'm going to come in here and go ahead and buy the shell shield, because that is going to make me take less damage. Definitely a green shield. Looks like it could have been a turtle shell at some point. A shell of some sort. But we'll also go ahead and go in here and buy these marine boots for 300. Now that leaves just the shield for 500 and this for 800. So that's 1,300 more we'll have to save up. But we do have the ability to put on our marine boots now as well. Doesn't give us any more defense, but these are definitely the fastest boots up until this point in the game. They don't let me climb ladders very quickly, however, that's not really very necessary, as I'm just using them for the speed boost to make the battle with these guys a little bit easier, and also go a little bit faster. So, now that I have my shell shield, unfortunately, I don't seem to be taking much less damage, which is just simply because I don't have the combination of the shell shield and the steel armor yet. So we'll just keep killing these guys off until we get the 800 for the steel armor. Go ahead and purchase that right away and reduce the amount of damage that these guys are dealing to us while we collect the final 500 gold needed for the shield magic. Again, you know, this is a completely live and unscripted walkthrough. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of walkthroughs in the past. I personally have never seen a live walkthrough, but it is very fun to do. And it's interesting because we don't have scripting and we're not just cutting from area to area to the key points and showing you where everything is. You can actually get a feel for the way the creatures fight, their patterns, their timing, and it just kind of gives you a feel for, you know, the amount of time you're going to spend to be doing things like sitting here and collecting gold. I'm sure you can just skip through the video like kind of a little bit and see how long it takes as opposed to just watching me collect all of this gold. I will actually probably be putting timestamps in to let you guys know when I am, if I'm doing something like this where there's a grind, you can go ahead and like see the beginning of the grind and then kind of skip the grind. I'll have the timestamp there for when the grind ends, so you know when you could skip to watch the rest of the walkthrough without actually having to sit here and watch me grind out, smacking the crap out of these little village people. These village people are not as musical as the village people that we all know and love. They're much more violent as well. But we'll go ahead and kill them off. Anyway, we're getting close to our goal here. We're at 604 gold. And our next goal is 800. Once we hit the 800, we're going to go ahead and grab the steel armor. And we're just going to go venture to kill off all these village tribal dudes who stole the dwarf child or kidnapped and are, I'm assuming, going to eat the dwarf child. It looks like they may be cannibals. So, we'll go ahead and just use the steel armor and that to go fight them, because on the way to fight them, we should be able to collect just about enough gold to get that shield armor when we get back. And the shield armor is great for stopping projectiles, but as for anything else in the game, it is pretty much worthless. As worthless as the shield that you carry if you're not, you know, looking at something directly. So we do have the 800 that we need, but I'm going to fight one, maybe two more of these guys real quick just to get 20 more gold so I can also rest up. I would like to be at full health when I go to save the dwarf village child. So we have all the gold we need now. We're going to go ahead and head in here to the village shop one last time and buy that steel armor for 800. Now that, ooh, see, look, we were still wearing the chainmail. We had hard armor. Could have been taking less damage this whole time. Well, we do have the steel armor now and the shell shield on, as well as our marine boots, so definitely all of our items are at max, and we're going to go ahead and equip this potion over here, just in case we need it, to write on the D-pad. Go ahead and head over to the inn, rest up to make sure you're at full life to go rescue the dwarf village, or if you're a badass and able to do all of that without taking damage, well, you can just skip this part. Kind of like a speed run, you don't really have time to do any of this anyway. So we'll head out of here and get down to saving the dwarf child. Now, to save the dwarf child, we just venture out of the village again to the left side and journey actually through the jungle this time instead of just fighting those few cannibals right at the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and kill off all of these tribe guys here and head across. Now, we don't have the ladder boots on, so you can kind of see how much slower we're climbing up those vines. But just the amount of speed that the marine boots gives you is definitely going to give you the boost that you need. Now, I know it doesn't seem very far, but yeah, we are here already, here to rescue the dwarf child from these crazy people here. Now, they're just kind of come at you one by one, so if you just kind of lay down here in this corner and poke them, it'll end the battle pretty quickly. You're able to climb back up and head back to town. Now the village, dwarf village child, just kind of runs off ahead. He's sort of a dick. Doesn't even say thanks or anything. So we'll just head back to the village on our own here, without the help of our little dwarf friend, and go talk to his elder as well as his sister. Maybe they'll have some benefits for us now that we have rescued the dwarven child. Alright, we're also going to just finish up real quick and spam out this little bit of gold that I have remaining to collect the 500 for the shield armor for the next walkthrough when we head off to the pyramid, or not the pyramid, the ruins, and fight Greg and Glag, the boulder boss. The second true boss in Wonder Boy Monster World, and it is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is the only double boss in the game where you actually fight more than one boss at the same time. They're like boulder monster twins. Gotta take them all out. So we're close here, as we already have 300 gold. We'll only be needing to collect 500, so we're just gonna go ahead, like I said, and spam off these little village guys again a few more times. Again, feel free to use your Firestorm if you'd like to deal a little bit of extra damage to them a little quicker, as you are going to be using the inside of here before heading to fight Greg and Glag, so you'll get all that magic back that you do use fighting off these guys. Now, if you don't want to use the magic, or if you just don't like it, that's completely understandable. The Firestorm is the weakest magic in the game, and at times it is more likely to get you hit than anything else. So, if you don't want to use it, don't use it. You will be getting better magic very shortly. Both the Thunder and the Quake magic are going to be available here shortly in the game. Thunder being probably the most powerful magic in the game. Doesn't deal quite as much damage as Quake, but it does hit all creatures in the screen at once, usually dealing fatal damage to most all creatures. And Quake, just as powerful, deals a little bit more damage, but unfortunately it'll only hit grounded enemies, and therefore will not hit any enemies that fly. So we've saved up 580 gold. I saved up a little bit extra because, as you may have seen, I did accidentally activate and use my potion. So we're going to use that 50 gold extra that I saved up to buy another potion, as well as the 500 that it costs for the shield, and we'll still have the 20 needed to sleep at the inn. And that's going to be the end of this portion of the walkthrough, which is the Lost Child of Lilypad Village. And we do appreciate you tuning in. Like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Of course, pound the alarm if you want to get live notifications every time OPH goes live. Again, this is the OPH Clasics walkthrough of Wonder Boy Monster World, and we do appreciate you tuning in. Catch us next time on Part 5. Thank you guys very much. Peace.